Today we're diving into one of the hardest parts of decluttering. Sentimental items. You know the stuff. The old cards, the diary from when you were a child, the souvenir from that one trip, the old lock of hair from when your son had his first haircut, or in my case, locks of hair. Anybody else? No? Okay. You know, the stuff that tugs at your heart, even though they're sitting in a box collecting dust. Because let's be honest, getting rid of sentimental items isn't just about the clutter, it's about the emotions, the memories, and sometimes even guilt. These items feel like they're carrying pieces of our past, and letting them go feels like we're getting rid of places, people, or the seasons they remind us of. But here's the thing, our memories don't live in our clutter, per se. So today I want to walk you through how to declutter sentimental items. And I'm going to be going through this with you guys because I have some stuff I need to get rid of as well. So the first step is to start small. Let's not open every memory box all at once today, okay? So we're going to get one category of things like a box of cards, kids' old drawings, stuff from high school, anything that you want. So we're not going to declutter our whole past today, just a little corner of it, okay? So I'm going to get the box that I have down here and I'm going to get started with you. So here's the box of items that I'm going to declutter today, which brings us to step number 2. We need to ask the right questions when we are decluttering. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Marie Kondo. She's a very popular decluttering and organizing consultant. She has a very popular show called Tidy Up on Netflix, as well as a book with the same title. And she is very popular for the phrase, you can keep something if it sparks joy. So that is one question that you could ask yourself. Or you can ask yourself another question, which is the question that I found when I was scrolling through Reddit. I came upon this person that says she has a better question to ask yourself than does it spark joy? The question is, if it was covered in poop, would you keep it? And I thought that was very good because you'll find that you're willing to get rid of a lot more stuff than you originally would if it was covered in poop. You probably will be like, okay, you know, I can do without that. So anyways, with that being said, let's go through some items today. Here's a mask that I made in high school, my high school drama class. I was going back and forth in the other video whether or not to keep it or to get rid of it. I'm still on the fence about this one. I have some of these, you know, photo books from when I was in high school. Why is the word escaping me? It's just going way over my head. But I'm going to keep these. And I'm going to ask myself, would I keep it if it had poop on it? This cup from my high school, it says Jungle Cafe. I used to work at the Jungle Cafe. Would I keep this if it had poop on it? No, I wouldn't. So I'm going to get rid of that. And another question you could ask yourself is, if there was a fire, what are the things that I would save? So those are 2 questions that I found on Reddit that I thought were very helpful questions. I have this newspaper, my senior newspaper from when I was graduating high school. Oh, that's so cute. It's very cute. Can you guys see this? I made this. It looks like a cat, a little ceramic cat. I'm gonna keep it. I have my old diary. Let me just read you some entries because I thought this was hilarious. Today is Saturday. So I wrote this on January 27th, 2001. Today is Saturday. It is the day I got the Best Friends Club diary. I'm having a good time so far. Best friends. I wrote a very mean note about my older brother. If you guys have older siblings or older brothers in particular, maybe you can relate. Let me read. Carl cannot sing, not at all. He doesn't even have a muscle. I was furious with him that day. One last thing. Tomorrow is Monday and I have to go to school. I don't want to go, but I have to go. So we all know how I felt about school. Now this houses some very fun memories. It's actually hilarious. I'm tempted to keep this, but would I keep this if there was a fire and I had to grab stuff? Probably not. And if it had poop on it, I'd probably just go ahead and toss it in the trash. So over here is the pile of things that I am going to throw away. And in this box are the items that I'm going to keep for now. I may have to go through it again, but here are some notable items. I'm going to do away with this mask. Even though I made it, I am going to throw it away this time. I am going to give away this creepy chihuahua bobblehead thing that I kept. Whoa, it's falling apart. My high school graduation cap. My diary. And this cool picture that I made. I have some cool stuff in here, but I don't need to keep it. And here are some of the items that I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep my trophies, the doll that my great grandmother gave me, a Barbie. I think she gave me that also. And just pictures of myself and my high school diploma. So let's go through the rest of the steps. Step number 3 is capture the memory and not the clutter. So before you let go of the item, you should take a picture if you want to of the item and then save it to a digital photo album, or you could even print it out and put it in a real photo album if you want, so that you always have the memory, but you don't have a bunch of big bulky items. So step number 4 is to keep a treasure box. You should designate a box or a bin to put your most treasured items in, and limit the size of the box so that it helps you keep it into check. So for me, maybe this will be okay. And I think maybe this is even too big, but you can keep a small box and just put those items so you can always go back and look at them. And also, you could keep in mind that this could be a legacy box. This could be a box of items that you want to gift to your children, like when you pass away, so they can have history and memories of you. So really think about what you want them to remember you by. So the 5th step, the last and final step, is to create meaningful displays. So you should designate a little area in your home so you can showcase your special items so that they're not just sitting in a box collecting dust. So actually, that's what I'm gonna go do right now. So here I am in my room. I cleared off a little space for my sentimental items and I began putting them here. I still am keeping this doll and possibly this one that my great grandmother gave me. Well, actually, I think I want to get rid of this doll. I'm putting more of my trophies back here. So now I have a display of some pictures, trophies, and I also have a box of cards that my kids made me in this box here. I found a little spot for my ceramic little cat. I'll put it here next to my son's little penguin. And as far as my yearbooks go, I think I will place them down here in this little nook. I can put like photo albums down there. Be kind to yourself in this process. Just take it one day at a time, one small box at a time, one item at a time, okay? Just think through it and ask yourself those questions that we talked about. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.